Welcome back, everybody, to part 2 of our wonderful series of what treasures will we find inside that $50 double box of Mini 4-wheel drive parts and kits. So we're going to continue sorting through all of this stuff here. There's also this little box right here, and yeah, what will we find? There's going to be some cool surprises, I'm sure. So the first part, we basically got to this point right here, and there are some unopened items. And I'm sure that if you just add up all of the unopened items, you'll probably find your $50 worth of merchandise right there. And then anything beyond that is just icing on the cake. So let's see what else we find in this wonderful treasure trove. So here we go. Okay, so here we have palm parts, plastic palm parts. We'll put them right here. We have a whole bunch of wheels. We have a 5-spoke. We have a fin spoke, black wheels. Put them in the wheel section here. We have gray, it's a gray fin spoke wheels. We have another 5-spoke black wheel. We have a whole bunch of tires. Let's take a look at all of the tires that I see here. So just the tires with nothing else but tires. So let me gather up some of them, and I'm sure there'll be others, and we'll just bring them to your attention as soon as I find them. But here I see, yes, cool. One of my viewers actually found out that there's a complete kit out of everything that I've found so far. That's really cool that he kept track of things. So here's another one of those bumpy tires right here. So that belongs with that kit, I think. So yeah, pretty cool. And we have here various tires here, super hard, black. We have here super hard black, that's labeled super hard. And the other side says, what is it? Something, oh, PDC Design Works, very cool. And we have a squishy black tire, a squishy black tire. We have a 24mm soft tire. We have a large diameter black squishy tire. We have, oh, low friction. This is a low friction 25th anniversary fully cowled Mini 4-wheel drive wheel. We have what appears to be a processed, yeah, for open class low frix wheel. We have here looks like a jumbo version of a low frix tire here. Yeah, one's for the Rise Emperor. Imagine putting a low frix tire set on the Rise Emperor. That'd be mega fast. And then we have a squishy black tire, another squishy black tire, more of these very small but squishy 24mm tires. Very cool. Oh, there's more tires. Another tire. Another 2 tires right here. Another tire. Ooh, a pneumatic wheel and a tire. Cool. So, let's take a look at this. So we have a pneumatic wheel and tire set. It's just one of them. And yeah, it's like, I don't know if you've ever felt a pneumatic tire before. I've never felt a pneumatic tire, and it's very squishy. It feels almost like a bubble. And yeah, squish, squish, squish. You can really easily press into it. Yeah, pretty cool. And it's on this fluorescent green wheel. We also have a processed low frix tire, and this looks like the second one that's been processed. There's also these squishy white tires. They've clearly been used on something. We have a super hard tire. We have another super hard tire. The super hard tire says Tamiya Mini 4-wheel drive Japan Cup 2020. So it is likely the Neo VQS Japan Cup 2020 tire. We have a whole bunch of wheels too. Let's take, oh, another tire. This is almost orange, but not quite. It's almost like a rose orange color tire. Squishy, very cool. So let's take a look at all the wheels that we can find here. There's a whole bunch of wheels that are just lying in the pile. And yeah, I think it's worth taking a look at these to see what treasures we have here. And oh, another tire, another white squishy tire. And I think that was hard, not super squishy. So here's a handful of, oh, another white squishy tire or hard tire. And yeah, here we go. More wheels, more wheels. Let's see. Oh, we've got Tester's paint. This is what appears to be a purple color. This is, yes, it says testers on the top, and the color of this, it doesn't say, does it? It probably says something, but my eyes are too weak to be able to read the words that are on here. I have to like look far away to see what this says. But yeah, it's a purple color, and I'll just put it in this section here. So let's just, oh, another super hard tire, black. Another super hard tire, black. Wheels, okay, another super hard tire, black. This looks like a very processed open class style wheel, the one that we threw out yesterday. I'll just put in the junk pile. Oh, here's like a rose colored, it looks like it's this one, but it's unprocessed. So this is like one of those large diameter, like as you see here, it's beveled on both sides. Very cool. I don't know what kit this is from. Maybe if you know, you can comment below, because that'd be cool to know if this was from the same kit. So is this processed from this one? No, it's different. These are different colors right here. So yeah, I don't know what kit that's from. There's another, oh, another one of those rose orange colored tires. They're hard. And yeah, I'm just collecting a whole bunch of stuff in my hand right now. My hand's only so big, so I'm going to like reveal what I've collected so far. There's something that looks like a wheel that's used up a lot. Another wheel from the same family that hasn't been used. Let's see, another wheel. So like I said, my hand is only so big, so I'm going to reveal what I found so far. Oop, there's more. Okay. All right. This is what we have so far. Let me just put this down over here. Okay. Here we go. Another pneumatic tire. So this obviously goes with the other pneumatic tire. So we've got a pair now. We've got this orange fin spoke wheel, and it's got a hollow shaft poking through it. So he wanted to, I guess, use this side of the wheel for the outer part of the wheel. That's not uncommon. That's typically done by many racers, more for stability, I believe. So there's also, and why is that? Why do you think there's increased stability when you poke it through the fin way? So here's the front of the fin wheel. When you poke it in through this way, it's more stable because there's a lot more surface area. It's a lot stronger on this side than it is on this side. So this side's facing outward from the car. So the car is here, and this part is facing outward because this part here, if you poked it in through this way, would not be as stable as if you poked it in through this way. So yeah, just reversing the wheels can sometimes give you that additional strength you need, stability you need for your car, for your car's wheels. So yeah, very, very cool. And you get a straighter path that way so that your wheels can spin more freely and faster. So here's a 5-spoke red wheel. Here it looks like the same kinds of wheels as these. No, they're different. They are different. They are for the 24mm tires, that possibly the ones that I just showed you prior. And they've got what appears to be regular steel shafts poked into them already. We also have another one from the two I just showed you. We also have a fluorescent yellow version of it. This is possibly from the Spinax. We have a yellow 5-spoke wheel, possibly from, maybe it's, I don't think it's the Japan Cup 2020. I think it's another one. So it could possibly be Brockengigant, maybe. So we have a red one, maybe from, this is 5-spoke, maybe from the, not the Brockengigant, but the other one, the Gunbluster, the blue Gunbluster. We have orange or rose orange fin type wheel. We have here an aluminum wheel. Ooh, lightweight aluminum wheel. So you can do it this way, you can do it this way. So if you want to make it stronger, then you poke the thing through here and this comes out. But if you want style, if you want it to look nice, you use this side. We have a red 5-spoke that already has a tire on it. The tire is white on the inside and black ring on the outside. So this appears to be, it might be a custom tire. But it looks like it's printed. It looks like this is how the tire was, with a white inside and black on the outside. I don't know what kit this was from. If you know, please comment in the comments below. I think this is probably the more interesting part of the series, just because we have all these parts, random parts on the ground. We don't know what they're for, and there might be some really hidden treasures in this pile right here. Whereas all the other things are more like standard stuff in the first part of this video. So second part, I think you'll probably enjoy this treasure hunt more so in this part than the previous part, but who knows, you might enjoy both parts for various reasons. So there you go. So I don't know where this tire is from, so tire and wheel combination are from. So please comment if you know. Here is a large diameter, like silver chrome plated wheel, 5-spoke. We have another 5-spoke. It is a black metallic. Yeah, very much like the black metallic mock frame. So, but I know that this box here contains things from long ago, not from recent times. So this is from a kit long ago. We have here a blue metallic, and this is the Y-spoke wheels. Blue chrome or blue metallic plated Y-spoke wheels. There's just one. We have here a 5-spoke black, a 5-spoke black large, fin type black. We have a finned type black wheel with a tire on it, and the tire looks like it's been shaved down. We have a gray metallic, or gray, no, it's just gray fin spoke with a hard tire on it, possibly super hard, but it looks like it's been processed. It looks like it might be something that's different from the usual kind of tire. Usually tires, they have like a round bevel lip on them, and this one has like lines around it, so I don't know what the significance of that is. And the same kind of deal with this one. It's got lines around this tire, and this is the 6-spoke wheel. We have a fin style gray, dark gray wheel. We have a 5-spoke white wheel. This looks to be a larger diameter wheel. We have here a white fin spoke. 2 more of these 5-spoke large white wheels. Another one of these chrome 5-spoke, chrome plated 5-spoke wheels. We have here what looks to be, he used this a lot, it looks like. He's got tape, 2 double-sided tape on this black fin spoke wheel. We have here a 6-spoke wheel that has a processed tire on there, and the processed tire, yeah, I can't read it out exactly, but yeah, there it is, and the wheel looks very nice, very perfect. I don't know what he used to process his tires, but he obviously had access to some sort of machine mill or something, or maybe he purchased them from somewhere. I don't know. Here is a gray or silver spin. Here's a gray fin style wheel. Here is a black fin style wheel with what appears to be a processed tire on it. Here is a 5-spoke black wheel. So I think we're, oh, here's a yellow fin spoke, and it's got an orange 24mm tire. It looks like that's been stretched to cover this. If you look at this very closely, you'll see the tire doesn't cover like each end of the wheel. It's like he took that 24mm wheel, he took that 24mm tire, which is physically smaller than a typical 26mm tire, and he used perhaps some chemical to melt it and stretch it around onto the wheel itself. You can see right there. It's very interesting. Very cool. Very cool. So, any other wheels around here? Let's see. Let's see. Going once and twice. Garbage. This is a popcorn peanut. Oh, here's one. Here's another. Okay. More garbage. Is a rubber band. Yeah, you might find some junk, some actual junk amongst all the treasures here. Here's another one of those black metallic 5-spoke wheels we're talking about. Here is a Y-spoke, which has a processed tire, but the tire looks like it's kind of like garbage right now. It looks like it's been melted on there, stretched on there, and it looks like it's been heavily worn. So I don't know if he raced in any open class races. I'm sure he has. I'm sure he's done fairly well in all of his races. I'm sure that if he didn't win, get on the podium, he probably got really close to being on the podium because he is a formidable racer. He's a fount of knowledge of Mini 4-wheel drive stuff, and so yeah, he's very, very strong Mini 4-wheel drive racer. So let's continue on. Oh, we have here motors. I have another wheel, another Spinax wheel right here. Yes, very cool. We have here a box stock Pro motor, put in the motor section. We have, oh, now I see more wheels. Okay, so we have a Y-spoke black wheel. Okay, any other motors? We have another box stock motor right here, box stock Pro motor. And remember, for all of you Mini 4-wheel drive like beginners, Pro motors and regular motors, the difference is basically the fact that the Pro motors have a double shaft, and then these non-Pro motors are the single shaft motors right here. So does Pro mean professional? No. It just means it's for a certain chassis category. So the double shaft motors are for MA, MS, and then brand new ME chassis, whereas the single shaft motor is for all the other chassis out there, like VS, VZ, FMA, etc., AR, etc. So yeah, very, very cool. And here's another single shaft box stock motor. Now, I don't know if his box stock motors, like the ones that he just threw into this pile, are like broken in, or they're just fresh out of the box and you just dump them in there, or maybe they're just duds. Who knows? So that's the cool thing about treasure hunting, right? You never know what you're going to get. And a lot of people say that, well, one person's trash is another person's treasure, but the thing is, when you are dealing with stuff that like someone just got out of the hobby, there's going to be a lot of really good stuff in there. There's going to be a lot of collectible stuff. There's going to be a lot of true treasures. If you're into that hobby, you're going to find something for you in there. So whether you pay $50 for something like this, or $100 or $200 for something like this, you're going to find that your investment is well worth it in many cases. So here's some garbage for some bearings. I'll put this in the garbage section. Here's a chewed up, no, I thought it was a gum wrapper, but it's really decals that were like stickers that were really crumpled up together. More wax paper from stickers, some more trash pieces. Oh wait, this might be some double-sided tape. So I'll put this possible Tamiya tape in the sticker section. So, oh, here's an in the package palm set right here. We got lots of screws, screw packs, yes. Let's take a look. Screw packs, and even more screw packs. Lots of screw packs, yes. I think he probably had so many screws and things that he just like threw them all into this box. Screws and yes. Some metal contacts, cool. Metal contacts. We had a section for that here somewhere. I guess we can put it in the motor section, right? Put it in the motor section. And these screws and stuff, we'll put them with the screw stuff over here. So there's a little, yeah, a little tub full of screws. It's a little cup full of screws. What's this? Wax paper, garbage. Yeah, I'm very like OCD. So when I see something that's slightly out of place, then I have to like fix it. Otherwise, it'll haunt me for a while. So yeah, that's if I notice it. It's a rubber thing, garbage. Here's the angle creator thing. So this is for adjusting the angles of your down thrust on your cars. And let's see. We have right here some red stabilizer ball caps and a rubber pipe for adjusting that. Where would I put that? Yeah, stabilizers. So more screws, colored screws. Oh, this is not Tamiya. I don't think, maybe it is. It's packaged in the same way as a Tamiya thing. Look at this. It's colored screws. I thought that maybe this is like non-regulation, but it might have been something very special that Tamiya like offered at one time. If you know if this is like a Tamiya part, please comment in the comment section below. I think your fellow racers would be very, very well informed and happy to hear that there are colored screws like this that you can use for for your kits, for their kits. Okay, more screws, garbage. Okay, let's look at some plates now. We'll gather up all the plates, because I'm sure many of you might be wondering, like, whoa, there looks like a lot of plates on the ground, and there are. And what could possibly be in here? Now, remember, all of these are it would be safe to say that all of these are likely 100% Tamiya products. So, because he had access to all of these things, like he worked in a store, AAA Hobbies, and he was able to purchase everything at a discount, a massive discount. So, you know, like, why would you go out and buy fake parts when you can get the real thing at a massive discount? And so, yeah, that's what I believe he did. And here are a whole bunch of plates, and we're going to take a look at what we have here, some things that might be treasures. So here's a plate right here that, remember, we found this yesterday. It was like the LED readout with 3 digits, and he mounted it on one of these plates right here, these popsicle sticks. So obviously he was thinking about something to do with numbers on one of his Mini 4-wheel drive cars. So we're going to put this in the miscellaneous category here, along with this other one right here. And yeah, I think we've collected all the plates that we can, and I'm going to show them off to you one by one. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we have. Oh, here's something that's potentially part of a plate that he processed. It looks to me like this is from the sliding damper set, and he cut off the ends of it for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I'm sure there's a reason. This looks like to be, yeah, a rear plate that he processed for his open class car. Here's another plate that it looks like he processed this for his open class car. It looks to be not carbon, but FRP. Here is carbon plate. Maybe this is a fake. It's got no printing on both sides. Here's a very thin plate. Oh, this looks like one of those, yes, it's one of those angle adjusters, like this, but in a plate form. So let me just, this was found in a separate thing right here. So I'm going to put these back in here because maybe he did have like a bag of stuff that was not exactly regulation. So I'll just put it right here, and we'll just keep all of the non-Tamiya products in a separate bag. So here, so maybe he did use some fake parts too, but I see like mostly all, if not all, actual Tamiya parts in here. And that's the reason why I purchased this double box of stuff, because I knew that there was going to be like all Tamiya parts in there or close to it. So here is an FRP plate right here. Here is an SSX plate, which is FRP. Here's a broken SSX plate. Here is what appears to be, he was creating a damper system with these. Pretty cool. Body damper. Here is, okay, a sliding, it's like one of those front FRP plates that allows you to add pivots on it. Ah, here's another one of those plates that you find inside the starter kits, like the Neo VQS Advanced Pack FRP plate. Here are a few more parts for open class right here that he processed. Here is a popsicle stick that he cut off the ends, and it's a TMAC 2020 popsicle stick. Here's a popsicle part with 3 holes in it. Here's another one of those front plates that have the pivot kind of holes for it. Aha. He processed this one. This is one of those, what is it, the Batwing style plates, Japan Cup 2015. But he processed it already, so it's not like in its complete form. Here's a side mass damper FRP plate. Pretty cool. Here is part of a popsicle stick FRP. Another, this is a mysterious part. Don't know what it is. It has no labeling. Put it there. Ah, This is not a plate, but the front part of an MS chassis. Here is, oh, one of those, I think it's a rear, right? Rear FRP for VZ chassis. This is the J-Cup 2017, the carbon version of what I just showed you before that had all of the little pivot points on it. I think that's very valuable, that one, 2017 one, if it was still in the package. But it might be valuable to those people who, like, some people don't care if it's in or out of the package. This is the fully cowled 20th anniversary front plate. Here is another J-Cup 2017. Is it the same one? Yeah, it's the same one. Yeah, so we have two of them. Pretty cool. Here's a rear carbon plate, a regulation Tamiya one. Here's a cut-up popsicle stick. It looks to be, I don't think it's an angle plate. And this is something to do with open class, and it looks like he just fabricated this part here. Don't know what that is. It's probably scrap if he's not using it. Okay, so that's all of the carbon plates I see. So let's see. Oh, here's a sticker for a windshield of a box stock kit. I'll throw that out. Here's a damper. Okay, so this is a tail damper for open class cars. So as you see here, he fabricated it out of car catcher material. It is made of that plastic car catcher material, and at the end he adds a little weight on the end, a Tamiya weight with a screw in it. He attached it on there so that this thing would go flippy floppy bouncy on the back of the car after an incline jump and landing. So very cool. So tail stuff, where would I put that in this, right? That's a new category. I guess I'll just put it in, there should be like a miscellaneous section. I will put it here with, I'll put it with the dampers. Tail damper, regular dampers, there you go. Okay, some garbage. 17mm aluminum rollers with plastic rings. Ah, here's something unopened. This is a bat wing, yes, worth $9.10. HG carbon wide front plate. It is item number 15498 in its entirety. Very cool. Let's see, some garbage here. So he bought a lightweight 13mm aluminum ball race rollers, ringless red. So I suppose if you wanted to repackage this with all of this stuff in there, you can say that here. It'll make it complete with this on the package. He also purchased 11mm ball bearings, item number 15345. Oh, so the red ringless ones, the special ones, that was item number 95549, 13mm. These very expensive, like if you were to buy these from somebody off of eBay, you'd probably pay like way too much. And so here they are. So yeah, I have a whole bunch of them, and I was lucky when I bought them. I still got them when they were like relatively on the more inexpensive side, but now they're super expensive because they are considered rare. So yeah, very, very cool. Here's some plastic parts for a polycarbonate body for box stock kit. I'll put it right here. And here's a couple of pink crown gears. Yeah, always useful. Crown gears. Where am I going to put these? We don't have a crown gear section yet. Let's see, crown gears. I'm going to put it right here, just because. Right above the instruction manuals. What's over here? HG carbon rear brake stay. Silver fully cowled Mini 4-wheel drive 25th anniversary. Oh, that's one of the rare ones. Item number 95125. So there you go. Very cool. Another wheel. This is a low friction, fully cowled Mini 4-wheel drive 25th anniversary low friction maroon tire. Okay. We have here a packing slip with a lot of parts. So, oh, another unopened thing. Ooh. Whoa. Item number 10314, Mini 4-wheel drive, 72 millimeter steel shafts, 10 pieces. Oh, very cool. Okay, where's the steel shaft category, right? There is none. I'll put it with the crown gears and stuff. Low height tire and wheel set dish wheels, item number 15359. Aluminum lock nuts in purple, item number 95555. So there's a whole bunch of lock nuts all over the place here. There's some purple ones. I see them. Yes. A plastic bag, another plastic bag, another plastic bag, another plastic bag. Oh, here's one of the 11 millimeter ball bearing rollers. Yes, now a lot of you know of these as Dangan Racer roller bearings, but you can use them on your Mini 4-wheel drive cars as well, and I have used them very successfully, especially in BMAX. So yeah, very, very cool rollers. Other rollers, oh, another one of these green wheels that we had before that matches this one right here. And let's see. What should, oh, another, here's a body for for a car kit. Oh, it's another one of these strange parts here. I don't know what this is for, but yeah, I'll just put it here. More of these. Oh, these are spacers for your polycarbonate bodies on MS cars, MA cars. Some car catcher material. I'll just put that in there. Oh, another screw pack. Cool. What's over here? It looks to be a wrench and some various parts. Can always use a wrench. I saw this cool thing where somebody like stacked a bunch of these wrenches together, like 5 of them, and then he was able to basically screw any lock nut in place without having to like disassemble the entire car. He would use like a needle nose plier to hold on to the screw, and then he would use this big whomper like wrench and just tighten the screw that way instead of having to disassemble various things to get to that screw to screw. So yeah, so that was very cool. Low friction plastic double rollers with rubber rings. That might be what, no, this is not. This is the red, this might be what, 1213 right here, plastic rollers, but that's not the ones with the rubber rings. This one does not have the facility to put rubber rings on, not this one. But we'll probably find it elsewhere here. Oh, red palm, are they stabilizers? Yeah, it's a little messy looking, but yeah, here they are, red stabilizers. Some of you use these as stabilizers on your cars, but after a while, like some heavy duty racing, these get worn down very easily. That's what I heard. We have the front, oh, no. Yeah, the front part of an MS chassis. Another front part, or is it rear of MS? It's a front. MS chassis. Yeah, he just basically chopped off the bottom part of this here. Another front part of an MS chassis. Yet another front part of an MS chassis. The rear part of an FMA chassis. Another rear part of an FMA chassis. We have a sliding plate, plastic sliding plate parts. We have here carbon. I think, yeah, it feels like it's carbon. It's one of those easy lock, unlock carbon gear covers. And I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, it says PACF, so that is carbon reinforced gear cover for possibly Super 2. Pretty cool. Gear covers. Where did I put that, right? I thought I saw something that had that before, so we'll put it with the motors. I don't know. No, with the crown gears and stuff. Okay. Oh, here we go. So we have the black version of these red plastic rollers, the 1213s, but they are not, they are ringless, not with the rubber rings. We have here the blue version, and this is the one with the rubber rings because it's got that slot on the bottom for the rubber rings. So yeah, so that's what this was all about. We have here what appears to be a part for possibly a damper, a tail damper maybe, on an open class car. I'll leave it here. We have a bunch of sponge brake, green sponge brake. We have a whole bunch of, oh wait, let's get rid of some more of these plastic things here. We got a ball bearing right here in this little plastic bag. Ball bearing, single ball bearing. Where do I put that? We don't have a section for just ball bearings. All right, make a section for ball bearings. Right here. More plastic garbage. We have terminal contacts. We have a screw pack. Plastic bag. Plastic bag. Screw pack. Aha. Oh, this is part of the illegal non-Tamiya regulation stuff. So yes, so we'll put that over there. Plastic bag. Plastic bag. Another card for Tista Minis. Another thing for plastic parts for the polycarbonate shells for MS and MA cars. Plastic bag. Plastic bag. Okay, washers and lock nuts and stuff. Oh, steel lock nuts. Very cool, a couple of them. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Okay, there's a bunch of these grease tubes, and one of them's used, so I'll dump that. But yeah, I don't really use these at all, so I tend to give them away as prizes. Like, I'll just pack a whole bunch of these in a little plastic bag, and then I'll just give them away as a prize for like bronze in some cases. You get other things, of course, but this is like one of the items I would give away. So let's see. But yeah, come to a Liberty Cup. You get lots of really cool things. Besides Mini 4-wheel drive kits, you can also win parts. You can also, all Tamiya parts, Tamiya genuine parts. You can also win model kits. For example, here, in the next Liberty Cup, you can win this. The Angela First Edition bonus motorcycle. Very cool. And I have here a very special kit called the Liberty Emperor. Yes, for the Liberty Cup. Yeah, very cool. Okay, so here's another, tail damper. Here is a little pig. This is true miscellaneous stuff, isn't it? Huh. Yeah, I'll put it here with the miscellaneous parts. Another wheel, a red dish-style wheel. We have fluorescent yellow spacers. We have motor covers. Motor covers. I guess we'll put it here in this section with the motors. We have another motor, and it's got a carbon pinion on it, so don't know what the status of it is. We have a super speed gear set. A complete gear set. We have here a hollow shaft. hollow propeller shaft. And it looks like, yes, he knocked in the pinions so that it would be more efficient. Very cool. Okay, put that there. We have a standard propeller shaft, a steel propeller shaft. 2 more standard steel propeller shafts. Here's a polycarbonate body shell, and he attached these parts here for it, and he painted this white, so it looks almost like a space shuttle-like. It's very cool. Here is a white FMA chassis rear tail. Some more of these palm parts. Gear covers in gray, black, and blue. One carbon pinion. Gray battery cover for FMA chassis. MS chassis part. This is the Neo VQS Japan Cup 2020 tail, polycarbonate shell tail, attached to the attachment point. It's like black carbon dust. Why? So I suppose some people save the carbon dust for various reasons. Like you can always use super glue and then pour some carbon dust on top of the super glue, and that should strengthen things, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Go ahead, comment down below if you think that's what the carbon dust is for. It's got putty on the side over here. I don't know why. Throw that away. So would you keep the carbon dust or throw it out? Is this trash or is it treasure? I don't know. We'll put it in miscellaneous. Another steel propeller shaft. And it's the other one. It's the FMA chassis one. So here's the difference between FMA chassis and non-FMA. As you see, the FMA chassis steel shaft is longer than the standard AR, VS, VZ, everything else propeller shaft. Here's a long Q-tip, garbage. Rubber stuff from a tree. Scrap polycarbonate stuff. Rubber stuff. Balled up stickers. Well, this one's got stuff weight. This is FMA chassis motor cover. Purple stabilizers, there we go. Just like the other one, the red ones, here are the purple ones. Motor mount, purple. Battery cover for FMA chassis. Aha! I believe, yes, this is the rear carbon stay for an SFM chassis. Some MS chassis stuff. An MS chassis battery lock. A couple of small palm parts here. The top part of a pen. Another top part of a pen. Sliding damper system, plastic, but it's white instead of black. Another lock for an MS chassis. Rubber scrap part, rubber scrap part. Motor mount, purple. Okay, rollers. So we have here, I see a pair of, yes, the tapered rollers right here in purple. Cool. I also see, I'm going to collect all the rollers here, as many as I can, all the aluminum ones. See what we got. We got plastic ones too. I'll collect like the larger ones and show you. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Oh, we have a hyperdash motor right here. It's just a staple attached to it. No, yes, it's hyperdash. It's just in the box right here. Hyperdash motor. Plastic bag. Aha, more of these ring style rollers. Yep. There you go. Yes, yes. Yes. More rollers. Yes, more staples. Don't want to step on a staple. I stepped on a staple when I was younger, when I was like a little kid, and it was like one of those heavy machine staples, and both of the staple points stuck into my foot, and it was bleeding like nuts. It was like it hit right here at the pad of my big toe right here, and yeah. Sadly, my mother basically yanked it out, and it was bleeding like crazy profusely, and it was just terrible. So yeah, don't step on a staple. Even if it's a small one, you can get hurt. All right, we got screw packs too. Three screw packs. That's cool. All right, so here I see another. Okay, good. That's what I see so far for rollers. Oh, there's some treasures right there. Yes. Okay, there might be more, but this is what I see in an initial pass. Okay. Oh, a couple of wheels too. So we have a Y-spoke black wheel. We have a 5-spoke black wheel. All right, so here are some impressive and just standard rollers. So these are MS chassis box stock rollers. A pair, another pair. Then we have a pair of these larger rollers that are 19 millimeter blue plastic rollers. So a pair of those. We have a second pair of those. Very cool. We have this purple 1213 roller right here. And so yeah, these are pretty much collector's items at this point. It's just the rollers themselves without the bearings. You have to supply your own bearings. We have here a rubber ring O-ring roller, 1213, silver. Somewhere is probably the other one. We have here a dish type 19 millimeter roller. We have here a 17 millimeter roller with what appears to be some like black, there's a black bearing in there, so I don't know if it's real or fake. We have here 13 millimeter silver roller, another 13 millimeter silver roller, so a pair of that. We have here a pair of red ring lightweight 5, like this is the 5-spoke, so we have a pair of those. We have another one of those, but it's pink or orange, pink. We have orange 3-spoke ring rollers, lightweight, they're very lightweight. We have the blue version of those. Another MS chassis standard, a pair of light off-white gray MS chassis box stock rollers, 17 millimeter, the other one that goes with this. So I don't know, like I said, it's got the black bearing on the inside. I don't know if it's real or fake. We have here the other dish, 19 millimeter dish roller. We have here a 6-spoke red ring roller. Okay, so that's that for rollers. There's probably more. Oh, and we have here this, what is this? Is it a bear or a dog? I think it's a polar bear. Yeah, it's the polar bear animal. Yeah, so we'll put it with the pig. Okay, so we also have a whole bunch of these random box stock like FMA rollers right here. I'll just set them aside. We have here an MA, yes, this MAMS gear that has a bearing on the inside. So pretty darn cool. Another one, but with no bearing. Same here. All these green gears right here. No bearings inside. We have a green gear with a black palm inside. Another green gear with a black palm. Another just plain green gear. Any more green gears? Nope. So, okay. A whole bunch of green gears for MA/MS/ME chassis. Oh, here. Another roller it's a tapered roller, and it looks to be a 13 millimeter tapered roller. Very cool. Oh, I would like to see the other one of those. Maybe it's here. We have here the inside of a box stock Pro motor, maybe. What is this? Oh, this looks to be his Dremel tool part. Aha! It looks to be here that he started experimenting with processing the steel propeller shaft by nipping off the ends here to make it angled. So you would use this for open class. Here is a green, oh, it's destroyed. It's a hollow propeller shaft where one of the pinions got destroyed, but the other one still seems to be in good shape right here. So here's the hollow propeller shaft with just one green pinion on one end. I don't know where you would purchase those green pinions if you can get them separately. I think it's just cheaper if you just go out and buy a new one, because you don't know what else happened to that shaft. Here is another carbon stay for SFM chassis. That's pretty cool. Could always use one of those. Here's the rear part, no, the front part of an MS chassis. The front, like the slider, let's see. Yes, it's the front part of, I think, FMA? No, it's not FMA. It's another one. But yeah, the front part of a chassis that covers up the front crown gear. Same here, same exact piece. This is the Super 2 version of that piece. Covers at the front crown gear. This looks to be a motor mount with terminals that are basically destroyed. Take a look at this. If you look at this, you can see how worn out the terminals are. So every now and again, you want to check and replace, possibly replace the terminals on your car. Because the terminals themselves, if they're not making contact with the batteries well enough, then your car is going to start acting more and more sluggish. So that could result in speed decreases. So you want to make sure that you replace these terminal contacts with a fresh pair of contacts every now and again. How often? Well, you just look at the coloring of them. So if you see that they look like they're kind of burnt out, and by burnt out, I mean you can see like all different colors on it other than just copper. Like you'll see a bluish, a sickly blue tint, a purplish tint, things like that on your copper terminals, then you know it's time to replace them. Super speed gear, set. MAMS 4:1 gear ratio set. We have, we have the front part of a VZ chassis. Gear cover fluorescent, possibly VZ chassis. Fluorescent front crown gear cover. Tail brake for MA chassis. Battery cover for MS chassis. A brake part. we have here a little bag of random assorted cut carbon pieces. We have here 2 containers full of various parts, all separated out, such as small washers, small, like normal washers, pinion gears, ball stabilizers, various screws. Yes, very cool. We have this thing with, I don't know what this is. Don't know what it would be used for, but another comment down in the section below if you can tell what this might be used for. Looks like this might be part of this thing right here. It's got to be used for something, right? Maybe to keep a motor in place while you're breaking it in. Big heavy machine screw. Ooh, some wrenches. A lot of wrenches. I can make my multi-wrench tool after all with all these wrenches. So we needed 5 of them, and here's 6 of them. So 6 wrenches. Dampers. Let's see what we have for dampers. Oh, another 13 millimeter tapered roller. So that makes it a pair with the 13 millimeter ones. Oh, looks like this motor got disassembled. Some paper junk. Dampers, dampers, dampers. Lots of dampers. All scattered in here, dampers. I'm curious as to how he could find anything in this box of stuff. If he was just kind of like pulling things out of the box. Like he probably had like a good memory, and he probably remembered, oh yeah, I bought that, and he would just search for it in the box. Oh, here's a carbon crown gear. So it looks relatively newer. And I don't know if I would trust it, like it may have been used heavily before, but it doesn't look to be that way. So I would probably process it to make it a stabilizer, a carbon stabilizer for an open class car. So yeah, that would be very, very cool. I will put this in the stabilizer roller section right here. I'm sure there's another carbon crown gear in here somewhere. I would be very happy if there was, because then I'd have a pair of carbon crown gears. There's another damper. I'm sure we'll find that other carbon crown gear here somewhere, unless he put it in a car already. Yeah. Here's the front section of MS chassis. Oh, here's the red version of the rubber ring rollers, just like the blue ones right here. There's the red one. Very cool. All right, and another side mass damper plate, FRP. Now I have a pair of them. Some miscellaneous carbon parts that I probably will not use. Oh, another one of, oh, he processed it. So he was turning this into open class because of that semicircle that's right there in the middle. So that's where you put your mushroom cap so that you can have your pivoting system, your rear pivoting system in an open class car. So these are the kinds of plates that you would use to create your pivoting systems in open class cars. So yeah, very, very cool. This happens to be the 25th anniversary fully cowled Mini 4-wheel drive silver plate. Wow, so he wanted to make an expensive looking version of an open class car. That's very cool. All right, so these are the dampers that I've found through kind of rummaging through here, and I'm sure there are probably more. I just don't see them at this point, but we'll get back to them when we find them. So here we will start sifting through what we have. So we have here, and I'm going to try to do them in pairs if possible. I see a pair of hamburger weights. So these are the hamburger, it's like the 2 buns with something in the center. So hamburger weights. We have here a pair of the cylinder weights. These are for the AR chassis cylinder weights. That means there should be a pair of the hamburger tops. the bowls, but I see one of them right here. So the bowl weight that has flat on the top and a bowl shape on the bottom. We have a pair of these larger small mass dampers. They're like the tubes. Not tubes, but they look like timbali drums, I think. We also have the smaller half-height timbali drum. So it's the half version of this one. We also have just a hamburger patty right there, the pancake weight. We have a little 2-hole block weight. We have here a cylinder weight, AR cylinder weight. That's like colored a different color. It's been probably like chemicalized to make it darker in color. And so Mad Tank sells those, and he sells different colors. He sells a black version, he sells like a dark copperish version and a chrome plated version. And so he uses different chemical processes to color them. So yeah, but these look like perhaps his early versions of them, not the later ones that look more refined. So here's another pancake weight, but the color is fading on this one just like it is on the cylinder one. So very, very cool. So those are our mass dampers so far. Now, what else? I don't know what this part is for, but it's for some special vehicle out there that's probably more for show than it is for racing. And here's the pink front part of the MS chassis battery lock. MS chassis part, rubber scrap, plastic scrap, 2 little O-rings, donut O-rings. For some odd reason he seemed to want to process this cowl lock, so I don't know what this is. Does anybody know what this is? That's weird. The plastic is not even like centered on it. So there's a slot here. What is going on? All right, miscellaneous. All right. Let's just try to gather up all of these gears and counter gears and see what we have here. Gears and counter gears. I see a lot of light blue ones. So a lot of people use light blue, 3.5-to-1 gear ratio in their single shaft cars, or the pink green ones in double shaft cars. And if you use other gears, that's great. But in general, a lot of people use light blue and the green pink ones. And yeah, I'm gathering up a lot of these crown gears and speed gears, and yeah, a lot of good stuff. A lot of staples too. Tamiya loves stapling everything shut. All right, I think we did it. Oh, there's a couple more. And there's a couple more of these. There's MA chassis box stock rollers for the front and rear. Oh, here's the other 11mm roller. Yeah, very, very cool. Remember, we had one in a bag, and there was another one, and so here's the other one. So where would this roller be? It was in here somewhere. Oh, here. So this was the plastic bag with the 11mm roller, and here's the other one. I'm just going to put them together right here, and yeah. All right, so all of the gears that we have here, we have a potpourri of different gears. I'm not going to bore you with how many we have, but it's a whole handful of different colored gears. There's even these side stabilizers for Super 2 chassis, so I'll put that stabilizer stuff there. I'll put all of these gears right here. Very cool. Here is the other crown gear, the carbon crown gear that I was looking for. So now we have a pair of them. Very, very cool. Carbon crown gear. And I should put it in with the other stuff over there, but I kept it in the stabilizer section because I want to turn it into a stabilizer. So I guess you could say that if in doubt, you can turn things into a stabilizer instead. those crown gears. So yeah, only the carbon ones. I tried changing regular crown gears into a stabilizer, and I think they're just too weak for that purpose. So it would be like this, like you have to change these every now and again. So it's the same deal, you have to change those every now and again too. But the carbon crown gears, they will remain strong for a while. Okay, we have, I think these are brake pads, these black brake pads right here. Brakes. A wire, a black wire. Steel shafts. Let's collect all these steel shafts. Oh, little neridium magnets. He's got these little magnets here. I don't know why, but there's a whole bunch of them. Are these in motors? Did he just like remove them all and connect them all together? That's very weird. Yeah, this is a stack of at least 8 magnets. That's pretty fun. So let's collect all of these steel shafts here. Some of them may be straight, others may not be. There's a potpourri of different shafts. And I'll give a quick count as to how many we've got at the end. Another screw pack, another screw pack. Plastic garbage. Propeller shaft. Oh, this is a heavy propeller shaft. This is an SFM chassis propeller shaft right here. Strong. It's a thicker steel rod than the normal ones. So you cannot use these on other chassis cars, I don't think. So let's take a quick peek at them. Here's a standard shaft, and it's longer. It is slightly longer than a standard. Okay, so here's an educational tip, right? So here's a standard shaft for AR, VS, VZ, other chassis out there, Super 2, and here is an SFM propeller shaft. And here we see that the SFM is slightly longer than the Super 2 AR, VS, VZ propeller shaft. Now for the, what is it? For the FMA chassis, here's the FMA chassis one. The FMA chassis one is longer than the SFM one. So this is like in between the size of a standard shaft, the AR, VS, VZ, and in between this FMA one as well. So it's like the medium length version, but it has a thicker propeller shaft. And so you cannot use this for the other things. Although I am sure that an ingenious person could simply, yes, push this into the shaft more, snip off the end, and now you've got a really strong propeller shaft for your AR, VS, VZ cars. Assuming, of course, that the pinions are the same size. So is that the case? Let's see. They look to be the same size. So how many, it looks to me also like the same number of teeth are on SFM versus AR, VS, VZ. So a smart person, an ingenious person, a cheating person might take an SFM propeller shaft with its super stable, thick rod shaft and just turn it into something that it can use on another chassis. How many of you have done that out there? You can comment down below, but be careful commenting. Comment anonymously so that you don't get tagged in races for the future. Yeah, unless you're no longer in the sport anymore, then yeah, and this is a sport. As much as we like to say this is a hobby, this is basically a sport. A sport is something that you compete in, right? Or a lot of sports you compete in. So judging by the competitive nature of Mini 4-wheel drive, I think it qualifies as a sport. Oh, here's a rubber ring 1213, and he just put a regular screw in the center of it. I don't know why. I don't know what he was attempting to do with this, but it pairs with the other one that I found here. So, that is really strange. Maybe he was doing some experiments with like speed and rotation and stuff on here. Who knows? Okay, so I think I've collected the entire lot of steel shafts, and they're all the same size. They're all 60mm shafts. And here we have, how many of them do we have? We have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 26. 26 steel shafts. There's got to be a straight one amongst the bunch, right? So there's got to be. There just has to be. So we're going to set these aside also. We're going to place these in the section with the propeller shafts and the gears. And yeah. And so now we have a smaller pile here. It's getting smaller. Yes. So what's this? Rubber brake set. Item number 15413. Cool. That must be what these black strips are all about. So plastic junk, paper junk, possibly double-sided sticker stuff. Huh. Oh, this goes with that orange set that we looked at the first time. It's the underguards, right? So this is like part of this underguard system that's all fluorescent orange. So we have a complete set now, I think, of all of that. Yeah, very cool. We also have the midsection of MS chassis right here, but it looks well worn. So he was probably taking apart one of his open class cars after racing it for a bit. Oh, we also have right here a bunch of stuff. What's this? More stuff. We can like now kind of like gather it towards me, right? There's like small amounts of stuff instead of large amounts of stuff. So let's take a look. Okay, so we have here a sliding. Here we go. The other part, sliding mast or sliding dampers. Sliding damper. So this is the other piece for it. It's a piece that goes here. And we've got these little white stabilizers on here. I think they're stabilizers. And right here, yeah. What's this? It says emergency charger. Huh. So a charger. 2 AA batteries. Huh. So it's like a mini charger for rechargeable batteries. Okay. Plastic bag garbage. So there's a bunch of miscellaneous parts here, and I'm sure, well, let's pull out the more interesting things, and then I'll just say that the rest of this is just like washers and screws and things like that, which is more or less is. Here's, yeah, the Neo VQS Asia Challenge, right, the tail for that. We have another, oh, now we have a set of 4 of these white tires. Very cool. Gear covers, right? Let's see, a black gear cover. Gray underguard. So now we have a pair of these underguards right here. It's nice when we find pairs of things, right? So it just makes everything feel complete. It's a processed carbon plate. Another side mass damper FRP plate. Oh, this is a pair of, they're also side mass dampers, but they're older side mass dampers, possibly for SFM chassis or something along in that era of time period. Motor cover, like a motor brace, that is. Motor mount, motor mount, motor mount, motor brace, motor mount, stabilizer, stabilizer. A wheel cut in half. Rubber tubing to put the stabilizers on. Okay, so yeah, a lot of miscellaneous stuff. Oh, more of these crown gears and gears. So let's just take those out and put them in that section over there. We have red ball stabilizers, yes. And if we wanted to, yes, purple aluminum spacers, a whole bunch of them. So somewhere here, we've probably got the whole complete set of purple aluminum stabilizers. We have blue ball stabilizers, blue mushroom caps. Mushroom caps, always useful. You can use them to make your open class pivoting system. More mushroom caps in blue. Yellow mushroom caps, yeah, not the fluorescent kind, the real yellow kind. Very cool. Let's see, rubber scrap. So let me put this spacers here and stabilizers here. More spacers, spacer, 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 spacer. Spacer, spacer, more spacer. Yes, spacer. Yeah, spacer. There's lots of spacers. Okay. And we have a lot of, yeah, genuine Tamiya lock nuts. How can you tell if a Tamiya lock nut is genuine? Okay, so when you first get them out of the package, they will look like this. So this bears an educational break right here. So, so here, if you take a look at the inner core, it's white. It's unused, it's white. That's the purple one. This is the red one right here. See that inner core? Very cool. So that's what your genuine Tamiya lock nuts will look like. The ones that are not genuine will typically be more of like a translucent white. And while they are in fact usable for cars, they are not as strong as the genuine Tamiya product. So yeah, your mileage may vary, of course. And you can choose to use fake lock nuts if it's like cost is a problem, because they are expensive. They're about $1 each. But I don't really recommend it for long term, and I don't really recommend it for like if you're racing professionally, because if you use these fake lock nuts, they will over time just kind of like give way, and you will have to replace them. I don't know how frequently, but more frequently than you'd care to do. So it's best if you just get the genuine product to start with, and yeah, so that's very much my PSA for today. So your mileage may vary, some of you may differ, and some of you may say, oh no, I don't have enough money for that, and that's perfectly acceptable. So we have to get into this hobby in the ways that we know how, right? So because if we just want to stick with, like, force people to just purchase all Tamiya products and they don't have a lot of money, then we've severely limited the number of people who have access to be able to race, and that's not cool. So here are a couple of these little parts that go with this set of like down thrust angle spacers. So that's very cool. I found that we have a broken one of these parts that goes with these downward thrust spacers, so I'll throw that out. Another MS chassis part. And I think we're getting to the bottom of it, where the rest of this, there's some little treasures here, like lock nuts. Like lock nuts that have never been used before. A couple of them have been used, but some have not been used at all. And that's very impressive. Ooh, another spacer. So yeah, each of these unused genuine Tamiya lock nuts are $1. And there's a bunch of them, right, that I unearthed, so that's pretty cool. And here's dark gray ball stabilizer. Another wrench. FMA roller. Another pair of black stabilizers that come with the carbon rear stay on SFM chassis. Another box stock MA roller. Another one, a pair of them. 2 black gears, 4-to-1 gear ratio. Is it MA? Yeah, no, it's MS battery lock. And, oh, that's dangerous. It's a little hacksaw. I'll throw that out. Rear plate, just like this orange one. Yeah, so it's like, it comes with a brake system. It's probably good for AR chassis, I think. There's a bunch of motor, like, side caps for MS chassis right here. So I'll collect them all. Always useful to have those. I actually sold a whole bunch of parts myself. Like, not sold, but I gave them away. And I was kind of, like, after a while, I thought to myself, you know, if I didn't give that box of parts away, then I'd have a lot of stuff to build things from. So I don't know, I think I was just like trying to get rid of as many things as I could, and that's what happened. So, yeah. Oh, here is an example of what I was talking about before, where your copper terminals, battery terminals, end up becoming discolored, and there's this like sickly color about them. And so I talked about blue color. Here's a red color, believe it or not, red is what happened here. So take a look at this. You can see it right there. It's like this, and it's not sickly. This is actually beautiful. It's a beautiful red color. But obviously these terminals are damaged, and so you shouldn't be using them anymore. You should replace them. So yeah, there you go. So you see, even that's like starting to discolor right there. It should be a copper color. So yeah, public service announcement. Oh, another 2 screw hole block plate. That goes with this one, so we have a pair of them. Very cool. And yes, this is just miscellaneous stuff. Another lock nut. Dollar lock nut, orange. The rest of this is just like miscellaneous parts. I don't think most of you would be interested in miscellaneous parts, although there is this clear, translucent, it's a translucent Super 2 chassis front roller. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Black MA roller. And yes, random metal parts. Springs, screws, palm parts. Yes. Palm bearings, that is. Another Super 2 chassis black roller. And yeah, I think I pulled out all the interesting things. So now, oh, and this is for your block weight tail dampening system right here with the 2 like ball cap covers type things. So it kind of locks in place and then it can go up and down. And yeah, it's a rocker kind of weight thing. So that's pretty cool. I'll put that here. And it comes with 2 things that have like balls at the end. I think I don't see them, but they're here somewhere, I'm sure. So very, very cool. And now we'll get to the box because, yeah, because that's cool. Here's 2 stabilizer poles. That's kind of cool. These are for like old style cars. Stabilizer poles. There's another stabilizer pole, another one. Okay, cool. Now let's see what's in the little box. We have here, the very first thing, there's a sticker sheet with DCR 01 and 02 stickers, with one that's clearly removed, cut out from here. But the rest of the sticker sheet is intact, so that's pretty cool. We have here, ooh, packaged part. Item number 15472, FRP wide front plate for fully cowled mini 4-wheel drive cars. Yes, right there, the front plate FRP format. We have here 2 low friction, low profile tires. Item number 95140. These are the ones that say Tamiya Mini 4-Wheel Drive Japan Cup 2020 on them. Very cool. Collector's items by now, yes. If you think that I got my $50 worth, you are right. There's enough stuff in here. It's a potpourri of stuff, right? So some of you might be saying to yourself, well, I don't want all that stuff. I just wanted specific things. Well, if you just look at all the things separately, and you just counted all the things that you actually wanted, like $50 is what you would have paid for like a small subset of all of this, of all of the parts that were still in packages. And yeah, a plate itself, like this is $9.90 retail, right? With tax, it's more than $10. So if you just get 5 of these, which I surely have more than that for packaged products, then you've made your $50 back. So this is like a great deal, is what I'm trying to say. So here we've got item number 95146, the HG Carbon rear brake stay, J-Cup 2021, the blue one. Very cool. Ooh, we have 2 19mm aluminum rollers with plastic rings in blue, item number 15426. Yeah, very cool. We have here another one of these tail brakes that I just mentioned before. Already that's $20 worth of stuff right there. We have here a mass damper sticker sheet, mass dam. So if you've ever watched the West Coast DXN videos that were hosted by, I forget his name now, but very popular racer, and he would always talk about being sponsored by this mass damper company. So here is a sticker sheet for that, yes. So very, very cool stickers. high mount tube stabilizer set. So this is the, yes, these are the little stabilizers that I had here in blue. I don't know what happened to the blue tubes. I guess I don't have them here. Oh, well. I do not. Oh, and a plastic bag. And we have a Mach Dash Motor Pro. Very cool. This is item number 95131, HG Carbon Multi-Roller Setting Stay, J-Cup 2020, but there's no stay in here. It's one of these that has been pulled out, and I already showed it to you. A Japan Cup 2020 Hyper Dash motor. Yes. Are they worth more than regular ones? I don't know. This looks to be like a box more full of complete parts. This might be the true treasure box right here. Hint, hint. So, what's this? Okay, it's just a purple chassis with black parts on it. So he was trying to do like color matching and stuff. Like color contrast, that is. Another motor. This is the Asia Challenge 2020 Hyper Dash motor. So, yeah, very, very cool. It seems like all of the cool designed labels on these motors all go to Hyper Dash motors for whatever reason. I don't know. So, another low friction tire set, but this one's a large low friction, large diameter low friction tire set. Yes, maroon colored tires. Yes, very, very cool. You know, I've tried to order these so many times and they would always be like out of stock. And by they, I mean like various famous people out there who sell these things. And I finally got a pair of them. And I'm hoping to find another pair of them somewhere because it would be cool to have 4 of them. So yeah, but I digress. We'll put in the tire section. Low profile offset tread tires in hard yellow. So these are very special tires. They are offset tread tires, which means they're tapered a little bit so that the inside of it is for a certain purpose, the outside of it is for another purpose, and depending on which way you flip the tire, whether the wider part is on the outside versus the inside, you can get better cornering ability or better stability. So a very versatile tire. And yeah, this is likely a collector's item. It is item number 95205, the low profile offset tread tires in hard yellow. Very, very, very cool. Plastic bag, a basic box stock motor kit. Aha, it's some sort of a thing so you can process suspension chassis, but I think it's just one part of it. Where's the other part? It looks like this is the only part here. And here is the treasure that I've been keeping from all of you that I knew about all this time. So, da 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 da. This is a special drill to drill holes in your MS chassis parts. So, now that I have this in my hand, why can't I find? Okay, so it's to help you drill holes into your chassis parts so you can create a suspension chassis with MS chassis. This is worth the price of the entire box right here, the $50. Right here. And possibly this, right? $50 right here. This is it. Like, this is it. So very, very cool. Put this in the tools section right here. Green fluorescent spacers. I was looking for these the other day. This is the 5mm pipes for double aluminum rollers, item number 95801. This is very valuable for not just your rollers, but also for creating also very valuable for creating transmission components for your tune class cars and open class. So yeah, this will reinforce that wheel shaft in the front and also keep the crown gear in place so that it doesn't wobble and shake so much. So you'll get a more stable car with these added on to it. You can also use them, of course, for your ring rollers right here. So yeah, somewhere in this pile of stuff, I probably have additional ones of these somewhere floating around, I hope. So yeah, very, very cool. Oh, I see another aluminum spacer. So this, as you see here, just says 140 yen, but make no mistake, parts like this are hard to come by in the United States. So parts like this, you can also use them for things like parts of your AT front bumpers, for example, things like that. So a very, very useful part, and I would say that is one of the more difficult to find parts, and it's very useful, and you should get it if you ever see it. So very, very cool. Here is a Hyperdash motor, Japan Cup 2020, another one. Item number 15490, the side mass damper set for MA chassis. Cool. Yes. Oh, we just have these things here. So we have your item number 95116, Mini 4-wheel drive 25th anniversary low friction, low profile tires in maroon. That's what this was. We also have the item number 95584, high mount tube stabilizer in clear yellow. And here they are. Yes, very cool. If you have yellow cars, you want yellow stabilizers on them. Yes, very, very cool. We have another one of these. This is the 1213 plastic rollers. I was not too keen on plastic rollers for the longest time, but now I kind of am, so maybe I saw the light. Yes. So here are 4 tires here that seem to belong to the Spinax right here. Yeah, except you reversed the tires on them so that the flat side is on the outside. Not sure. Like I experimented with that in the past, but oh yeah, I know why. It's because then the tire part of it is more outside than it is on the inside. So if it was on the inside, it's better cornering. For outside, it's better stability, right? So if you have like the wider part, like in an offset tire, so this is technically like not offset, it's just spaced because the round part is on one side and the flat part's on the other side. So if you have it mounted like this with the flat side on the outside, then this tire, the part that meets the track, is shifted to the outside of the car, this way and that way. Whereas if you had the tire in its normal configuration with the curved part on the outside rim, then the part that touches the track, that part of the tire that touches the track, is more on the inside, and that gives you a narrower kind of feel, and it's more like a Mini Cooper that can do great cornering. So yeah, that's the reason why he reversed the way that the tires were placed, mounted onto the wheels. Very, very cool. We have another spiky tire. So now I think we have the complete Thunder Dragon set right here that one of my viewers was like commenting on. He was trying to keep tally of like what parts I have and stuff. And so yeah, I think we have everything for Thunder Dragon. And ironically, I actually do have a Thunder Dragon car sitting somewhere around here. So that's pretty cool. On one of my races, it was one of the faster cars. So that's pretty cool. Here is another low friction, low profile tire set, item number 95140, yes. Here we have black high mount stabilizer set, item number 15528, yes. And we're getting to the bottom of this box here. We have another one of these black brake plates. We have another screw pack. We have plastic garbage. We have, double-sided sticker stuff. We have battery contacts. We have VZ chassis front. We have FRP side damper plate. And that's it. There's one last thing. One final thing. Oh, besides that box over there. One final thing is that's a 620 bearing. Yeah. So bearings. Where did bearings go? I think we had a bearing section, and now I lost it. Oh, here's the bearing section. Okay, cool. So that's it. The rest of the box is nothing, I think. Let me see. There's nothing else in this box. Very, very cool, although something's floating around in there. Oh, that was just a lock nut. So, oh, here's the other bowl-shaped. Here's the other bowl-shaped damper. So here's the other one. So I have a pair of these hamburger bun tops, the bowl shapes. Yes, very cool. And what else? I see another one of these pink gears. And here's the box right here that I was referring to. Here's some scrap. I'll just throw that out. I'm going to vacuum. I'm going to remove all the parts, all the good parts, and just vacuum my floor because there's all these staples all over the place. So that's not cool, staples all over the place. Here's a box of miscellaneous parts. It looks like there's a couple of stabilizer poles in there, a propeller shaft, a bunch of propeller shafts. It looks like there's some rollers in there, like, yeah, 12, 13 millimeter rollers. Let's just open the box and see what's inside. Yes, so, yeah, little purple stabilizers. Oh, there we go. I actually bought a bunch of these recently. Like, they're on order. They're coming to me. It's it's a motor cover, right? It's not a motor cover, but it's like, what it does is it diffuses all the heat from your motor. It dissipates the heat, makes the motor not heat up as much because the motor heat gets kind of like relayed to this part here. And so if you're running like a really hot motors, this will help keep them on the cooler side rather than the really hot side. So yeah, you don't want to burn out your motors, so having this helps dissipate some of the heat. Very, very cool. So there's also 9, 10 millimeter aluminum rollers in here. Yes, very cool. And that's basically all the parts that are special. So this is just scrap, I think. So yeah, that's it. And oh, from those old style kits, this is a rubber ring plastic roller. And that's basically it. So there's some springs in there. There's a green green plastic spacer that goes with this green spacer set. And that's basically it. Oh, wait, there's a big ball bearing thing. What is that for? This is bigger than your 620s and 830s and stuff like that. It's a big roller bearing. I don't know what that's for. There's also a heavily used 13 millimeter roller. It's like pewter, like weird pewter color. I suppose I have to shine this up and it'll be new again. Yeah, and here's a second version of that very large roller. So this, I don't know what kind of roller this might be. Huh, very interesting. But yeah, that's basically it, everybody. We uncovered everything in our double box of fun. Yes, our treasure chest of Mini 4-wheel drive products. And so what I'm going to do next is, since I've categorized everything, I'm going to then place all of these separate categories of items into large plastic bags, and then I'll label them, and then I'll be able to refer to them as my parts bag for, say, wheels and tires, for, say, chassis, for cowls, etc. So yeah, very, very cool. So yeah, this is some of the stuff that you can kind of expect to see when you're just getting like boxes of random parts sold at like a discount price. So very, very cool. If you like this video, please slam the like button and subscribe to my channel. You'll see more videos just like this one. Until next time, everybody, see you. Bye.